Hi. So you don't need a therapist. You don't need to pay a person that helps you to solve your own problems because you are creating those problems yourself. And I think most of the people will just close the video player at this point because that's just way too much responsibility to take on for them. But for the ones of you that are curious enough how this whole thing works, I would really say it's a good idea to stick to this video. And where do I start? You just have to know that reality, as you know it, might not be what you think it is. We are literally a magnet, literally, with a Taurus, and we attract things, okay? We attract things. Not like that if I'm thinking about a chair will be flying towards my way. Not in that sense. Um, do you know about quantum mechanics, about the pure potential? Nothing there but pure potential. That's what you are. That's what's inside that Taurus. And that's what you perceive as a reality. So, how does this whole thing work? You have certain patterns within you, and those patterns shape your personality. And your personality isn't you. Take that in for a second. So, the relationship that you have, that your personality has towards its own patterns that shape it, will create a certain type of emotion. Okay? And this kind of emotion that you're feeling will trigger the true potential, the pure potential in your Taurus. It will kind of color it in a way that fits this emotion, and you perceive it as a certain type of reality. And if the emotion changes, your reality changes. Okay? And those emotions might trigger a reality where you think you have a problem with some person or with yourself or with anything. All the problems that you have in your life is just the relationship of your personality that isn't actually you towards its own patterns that shape the personality. And then you perceive it and you think about those things, you know? You think you might see a problem that is created by you, that is created by this relationship that your personality has towards this type of pattern, and you might think, as the thoughts come in, as you perceive it and the thoughts come in, you might think, oh my God, I have a problem. What happens? This kind of emotion stiffens up. This kind of emotion gets stronger and stronger and stronger. It gets conditioned more and more and more. So where's the point where you actually have the power to change something? It's with your thoughts. I made through a process where I really tried to change this relationship that my personality has towards its own pattern, and that's very, very difficult. But what helped me there, and I think that's the point, you don't even need to know. I can tell, like in this video, I would be able to tell how this whole reality works. It would just take way too long. I can make another video about it if you're interested, though. But you really don't need to know. The only thing that you need to know is whenever you feel pressure, whenever you feel a negative, so-called a negative emotion, even though there is nothing like positive or negative. It's just how you perceive it. It's just how this relationship is built, how this relationship is triggering this kind of emotion that you perceive as negative, and you can change the relationship. How can you change the relationship? I try to change that relationship with thoughts, but you cannot fight fire with fire. It's just not possible. So, as you don't need the thoughts to solve this problem, you don't need to know how anything works. The only thing that you can tell yourself until you believe it, and that will take all away, like that will take away all of your problems, is whenever you feel a certain pressure, whenever you feel a negative emotion that you don't want to perceive, whenever you perceive a reality that you don't want to be in, because it creates pressure, you can just tell yourself, I feel blank. I feel that way. And I feel that way because I choose to. And I choose to feel that way because I think it serves me. And that's the only thing you have to know. If you tell yourself, if you keep on telling yourself that thing, that sentence, that equation, I would say, you slowly start to change the relationship you have towards this pattern within you. You change the relationship, and with that you change the emotion, and with that the emotion is changed, and the pure potential that you're perceiving as a reality is changing as well. Okay, so that's literally how you solve problems, not by thinking about them, not by solving them by doing something, but by changing the relationship. And you don't even have to change the relationship, you just have to take on the responsibility. And so so in order for you to change, to take on that responsibility without pressure, you just tell yourself, you think that you, not thinking, you choose that because you think it serves you, and because that's actually true. If you want to know why it's true, let me know in the comments. I will make a video about this, how this whole stuff works, so you truly understand with your thinking mind. But believe me when I tell you, you actually don't have to. You can just use that equation in your life, take on that responsibility without pressure, and you're good. Like, you're good.